Johnson, Mr. Duffy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm honored to be here today supporting a budget that puts America on a pathway, on a trajectory to balance in our budget. You listen to House Democrats, Senate Democrats, the President, you hear them talk about a balanced approach to our budget. But their approach is not balanced. Their approach never leads us to a balanced budget. That's absolutely unacceptable. If you go out 20 years with their proposal, you never balance the budget. 50 years, they still have us borrowing money. 100 years from now, they would still have us borrowing money from places like China. The ranking member talks about Republicans being uncompromised. We have an uncompromising approach. Well, the problem is we have no one to compromise with. If the Democrats will put out a balanced budget, we can sit down and negotiate a pathway forward for America. But if they won't do the hard work, telling America what we have to do to balance the budget, they may not like our approach, but they can tell us their great approach on how we do it, then both sides can come together and find agreement. But if they won't give us a proposal that balances, there's no room for negotiation. That's the problem here. You know, I think you look around this room, I don't think any one of us here will pay $1 back to the $16.5 trillion that we owe today. The $1 trillion that we borrow this year and the $1 trillion we borrow the next year, none of us are going to pay 1 red cent of that back if we stay on the current course. We have to look to our kindergartners, our first graders, our preschoolers, our little toddlers in America. We're going to ask them to pay back this massive debt and these deficits. That's unacceptable. The true cost of the debt, we talk about it being $225 billion. But if the chairman of the Fed stops the printing presses and stops buying our debt, you will see interest rates rise. And he's admitted it would go to $400 to $500 billion a year. This is unsustainable. We have to put America on this pathway to balance. Let's get it done. One of the first steps is the House proposal. I yield back.
Thank you. Let me just summarize with a couple of points.